Hey guys, and welcome back to Jesus Talks with Jess. I know it's been a little bit since my last video, but I'm back and better than ever. Just kidding, I'm the same, but anyway. Well, today I just wanted to encourage you guys from Matthew chapter 14, so we can get right into it. If you have your Bibles, you can follow along with me, or just listen to me if you don't have your Bibles. I'm going to be reading from Matthew chapter 14, verses 23 through 32. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. They're talking about Jesus here. Now when evening came, he was alone there. But the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. Now in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a ghost." And they cried out for fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid." Now I'm going to read that one more time because I want you to pay attention to this. It said that he says, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid." And Peter answered him and said, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." So he said, "Come." And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him, and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. What I love about this passage is where Jesus says, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid." And that's because Jesus was saying, "Look, I'm here with you, so you don't have to be afraid. I'm here with you, so be joyful, be cheerful." And so when Peter saw Jesus, he was like, "Wow, that's Jesus. Like, I'm going to come to you, Lord." And he wasn't afraid because his eyes were focused on Jesus. But then it says, in verse 30, it says, "But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid." So when Peter had his eyes fixed on Jesus, he wasn't afraid. But when he took his eyes off of Jesus and onto the storm around him, he became afraid. The moment where he forgot who was in front of him, when he forgot Jesus, that's the moment when he became fearful. And I feel like so many of us are like this today. You know, we tend to worry about the things going on around us and we forget about God. We tend to be afraid or scared or concerned or anxious, and then we remember Jesus and we're like, "Oh yeah, God's got me." But our first response tends to be to get worried and afraid. But God's saying, "No, I'm here. It is I. Do not be afraid." And so I just want you guys to know that God is bigger than your problem. God is bigger than any storm out there, whether it's a physical storm, whether it's an emotional or spiritual storm. And so when you fix your eyes on Jesus, your perspective is going to change. Because when you're fixing your eyes on the storm, you're just going to be focused on the storm. But when you fix your eyes on Jesus, you're going to know that He's going to take care of you. He's going to worry about the storm for you. You just have to put your trust in Him. When you can trust in Him and keep your focus fixed on Him and the victory that He has for you and for your life, you're not going to be afraid. So step out in faith today to whatever or wherever God is calling you and just trust Him. Jesus is calling you today to Himself, just like He did with Peter. He is saying, "Come," and it's up to you to go. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and God bless.